Today, we will review the Adjusted Gross Income, also known as AGI, and the Area Median Income, also known as AMI, verification form. This form is necessary for confirming that the applicant and co-applicant's adjusted gross income meets program eligibility requirements based on the information provided on the applicant's IRS 1040 tax form and household size. A hyperlink to the GLO's Adjusted Gross Income and Area Median Income verification form can be found on the Texas General Land Office website at recovery.texas.gov. To locate the document, go to the Local Buyout and Acquisition Program page, which is linked below in the description section of this video. Scroll down to the left side checklist section and click on the Adjusted Gross Income AGI and Area Median Income AMI verification link. Once you click on the link, your computer will download the fillable document. Please note, you will need Microsoft Excel to view and edit the document. Subrecipients should give the Adjusted Gross Income and Area Median Income verification form to all applicants of voluntary buyout and acquisition programs. A form should be completed for the homeowner's entire household. Each household will list all current members of the household and any anticipated members within the next 12 months, and their income or lack of income. The members of the household listed on this form should match the members listed on the intake beneficiary application. The combined AGI and AMI of all household members will determine the national objective for the property. The AGI and AMI calculation form can be found on both the left side checklist and the right side checklist. On the left side checklist, the form should be completed by the homeowners and their households being acquired or bought out. For the right side checklist, the checklist should be completed for tenants eligible for URA assistance in buyout and acquisition programs, and new homeowners or their tenants that are beneficiaries of the new construction and an acquisition program. However, note for acquisition programs, the beneficiaries of the program are the tenants or homeowners that ultimately reside in the reconstructed housing or benefit from the reconstruction. Therefore, for acquisition programs, both the homeowners that are being acquired and the future beneficiaries of the program must complete the form and place it in the file. But it will ultimately be the future homeowners or tenants that are the beneficiaries, and their AGI-AMI calculation will determine the national objective for the acquisition program. Subrecipients will use the form to determine applicant eligibility for the program and to gather required data and backup documentation to support the national objective. Some applicants may need additional assistance and counseling to complete the application, and it's the subrecipient's responsibility to ensure they receive the assistance they need to complete the form. For this video and instructional purposes, I will use an example of a fictional applicant and location to explain the form. Once the applicant has received the form, it's their responsibility to fill in all sections of the form. Applicants must be sure to complete all the sections that apply to their household and its occupants, including information on household members and their earned and unearned income. The first section of the Adjusted Gross Income and Area Median Income verification form is the GLO contract and applicant information. Subrecipients need to fill in the subrecipient name, the corresponding contract number, the applicant's name, and the assigned application number for that applicant. For our example, The subrecipient is the city of Happyville, and they input the information for this contract and Alex Johnson. The second section of the Adjusted Gross Income and Area Median Income Verification Form is the list of all household members. This section is to be completed by the applicant. The applicant should be the head of household. The head of household is an owner of the property applying for buyout or acquisition, who has been designated by the family as the head for purposes of determining eligibility. The head of household ensures that the family fulfills all of its responsibilities under the program, alone or in conjunction with a co-applicant or co-head. The applicant must provide the income information for all members of their household. The applicant should also include income information for any future members of the household within the next 12 months. The applicant may also provide notes if they think it will be helpful in the processing of the form. The List of All Household Members section is split into two parts. The first part is for applicants to list information about all household members that earn income. The second part of the section is for applicants to list all household members without income. For the adults and minors with unearned income column, applicants should include all adult household members that earn income, regardless of whether it is earned or unearned income, and all unearned income of minors. Examples of unearned income are child support or Social Security. Income that must be included in this calculator includes wages, salaries, overtime, commissions, tips, and bonuses, net income from operation of businesses or professions, periodic payments such as Social Security, annuities, or regular contributions to income, payments in lieu of earnings such as unemployment or TANF, welfare assistance except food stamps, periodic and determinable allowances, alimony and child support, all regular pay, special, and allowances for armed forces except hostile fire, earnings of temporarily absent household members, income earned on taxable assets such as income earned on a savings account, and more. If the applicant has earned income, the applicant will input the full name in row A. In this video example, our fictional applicant is named Alex Kevin Johnson. Next to their name, they will list themselves as the head of household. Then, the applicant will need to input their date of birth. And in the next column, the applicant will then need to indicate whether they have provided a recent tax return. Tax returns that were filed within the last 2 years must be provided for all occupants over 18 years of age with the application or AGI and AMI verification tool. This section is a drop-down list where the applicant may select yes or no. Then, the applicant will list the full names of any and all co-applicants or household members with earned or unearned income. In this video example, our fictional applicant, Alex Johnson, has a wife named Sarah Michelle Johnson. If there are no co-applicants, please put NA in the blanks and proceed to Section 3. Next, the applicant will need to identify the co-applicants or household members' relationship to them, their date of birth, and whether they have provided a tax return. For applicants and household members that earned income that did not file a tax return, the subrecipient should mark no, they did not provide a tax return, and explain why a tax return was not filed and the source of the income. Backup documentation supporting that income should be attached. For example, Social Security benefit letters, receipts from gifts received from persons not comprising the household, child support documentation, or the last 3 months of pay stubs, or a signed statement from the employer stating the applicant's wage and frequency of payment. Then the applicant will list any notes for the co-applicants and household members. In our example, the applicant also put notes for both himself and his wife, listing their income as earned income. The bottom half of Section 2 of the Adjusted Gross Income and Area Median Income Verification Form is titled Minors Without Unearned Income. This section should be filled out for both minors that had no unearned income and were not listed above, and adults without any type of income, earned or unearned. Since they have no income, they will not be included in the household AGI, but will count in the household size. After inputting household members into the first and second section, all household members will be listed on the form, even minors. Remember, by placing any adults and minors in the Minors Without Unearned Income section, the applicant is certifying before HUD that these individuals have no income other than excluded income. Excluded income includes earned income of minors under age 18, income of live-in aides, payments for foster care, lump sum additions to assets such as inheritances or lottery winnings, reimbursement of medical expenses, student financial assistance paid directly to the student, hostile fire pay for active military, training programs funded by HUD, and sporadic or temporary income, including gifts. Earnings over $480 for full-time students who are not the head of household, spouse, or co-head. Adoption assistance over $480 per child. Deferred payments of lump sum Social Security and veterans benefits. And various federal statutes such as food stamps, payments to volunteers such as VISTA or AmeriCorps, Title V of Older American Act, Earned Income Tax Credits, and more. The applicant will list any and all members of the household that do not earn any income, their relationship to the applicant, and their date of birth. In our example, the applicant and his wife have a 10-year-old son named Michael Johnson. In addition, the applicant has an 18-year-old son who also does not earn income. Since James does not earn income, he is located in the Minors Without Unearned Income section, regardless of whether he is a minor or adult, with a note in the note section that he is an adult without income. Section 3 of the AGI input form is where the applicant will identify their household size and income information from the drop-down menu. First, the applicant will select the household size in the drop-down column. Note, the household size listed in the cell should match the number of household members listed in the previous section. In our video example, the household size is 4. Then, applicants will need to use their backup income documentation in this section of the document for all household members that were listed as having income. Backup documentation includes the last 3 months of pay stubs or a signed statement from the employer stating the applicant's wage and frequency of payment, Social Security award letters, tax returns if the income is likely to remain the same the next year, and more. Many applicants will have completed an IRS 1040 to file their taxes. For the purposes of this video and learning how to complete the Adjusted Gross Income Verification Form, we have completed a fictional IRS 1040 and 1040 Schedule 1 form for our fictional Happyville family. In our example, Alex K. Johnson and his wife, Sarah M. Johnson, file their tax returns jointly, and they completed an IRS 1040 form. Since they filed jointly, they noted that in the Notes column in the second section on the AGI verification tool. Returning to the AGI input of the AGI verification tool, in row 1, applicants should input all wages, salaries, tips, and other income information for each household member. The column letter for the household member should match the row letter in the above section. This information is found in number 1 on the IRS 1040 form. Applicants should take the amount listed on the IRS 1040 and input it into the column associated with that member of the household. In our example, the amount on row number 1 is $37,500. However, because our applicant and his wife are filing jointly, the amount on the IRS 1040 in row 1, $37,500, is their combined wages. For couples that filed taxes jointly, the AGI tool can be completed by filling out only one of the two columns for the couple. The applicant should complete column A for the head of household with the joint income noted on the 1040. And in the spouses column in B, they should place NA. There should also be a note in the first section noting that they filed jointly. Numbers 2 through 15 on the AGI tool are for applicants to list additional sources of income that were noted on their IRS tax form. Many of these items may be 0 for applicants, and they can input 0 in the corresponding cell on the AGI tool. Number 2B on the 1040 form is where applicants can find the number to fill in for row number 2 on the AGI form for taxable interest. 3B on the 1040 form is where applicants can find the number to fill in for row number 3 on the AGI form for dividend income. Row number 4 on the AGI form for taxable refunds, credits, offsets of state or local income taxes is found using an attachment to the 1040, the 1040 Schedule 1. Number 1 on the Schedule 1 is used to report taxable refunds, credits, offsets of state or local income taxes for number 4 on the AGI tool. In our example, the couple had $500 in taxable refunds that they noted in row number 4. 2A on the 1040 Schedule 1 form is where applicants can find the number to fill in for row number 5 on the AGI form for alimony received. Number 3 on the 1040 Schedule 1 is where applicants can find the number to fill in for row number 6 on the AGI form for business income. Number 7 on the AGI tool for capital gain can be found using the main 1040 form in row number 7. Row number 8 on the AGI tool for other gains or losses can be found on the 1040 Schedule 1 in number 4. Row 9 on the AGI tool for taxable amount of IRA distributions can be found on the 1040 form number 4B. 5B on the 1040 form is where applicants can find the amount to fill in for row number 10 on the AGI form for taxable amount of pensions and annuities. Using the 1040 Schedule 1, in number 5, the applicant can find the information for number 11 on the AGI tool for rental, real estate, royalties, partnerships, trusts, etc. Using the 1040 Schedule 1, in number 6, the applicant can find the information for number 12 on the AGI tool for farm income or loss. Using the 1040 Schedule 1, in number 7, the applicant can find the information for number 13 on the AGI tool for unemployment compensation. Using the main 1040 form, in number 6B, applicants can find the amount to input in number 14 on the AGI tool for the taxable amount of Social Security benefits. Using the 1040 Schedule 1, in number 8, the applicant can find the information for number 15 on the AGI tool for other income. Once the applicant has input all of the amounts in numbers 1 through 15, the form will automatically subtotal those amounts, and they should match the amount listed in the 1040 on line number 9. Subrecipients will also need to use the IRS 1040 Schedule 1 to answer questions 17 through 29 on the AGI tool for adjustments to income. For the purposes of this example, our Happyville family is only indicating an adjustment to income for a student loan interest deduction. This can be seen on line 20 of the form. Subrecipients will want to ensure that when they are completing Section 3 of the verification form, that they are including any adjustments listed on the Schedule 1. Line 17 of the AGI form for educator expenses can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 10. Line 18 of the AGI form for certain business expenses can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 11. Line 19 of the AGI form for health savings account deductions can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 12. Line 20 of the AGI form for moving expenses can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 13. Line 21 of the AGI form for deductible part of self-employment tax can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 14. Line 22 of the AGI form for self-employed SEP, SIM, PLE, and qualified plans can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 15. Line 23 of the AGI form for self-employed health insurance deductions can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 16. Line 24 of the AGI form for penalty on early withdrawal of savings can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 17. Line 25 of the AGI form for alimony paid can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 18. Line 26 of the AGI form for IRA deduction can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 19. Line 27 of the AGI form for student loan interest can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 20. In our example, the 1040 Schedule 1 form indicates that the Happyville couple made some kind of student loan interest payments over the course of the 2020 tax year. So the couple placed the $750 from the Schedule 1 into the AGI tool. Line 28 of the AGI form for tuition and fees can be found in the 1040 Schedule 1 on line 21. Line 29 of the AGI form for domestic production activities deductions after the tax year 2017 is no longer an eligible deduction for the 1040. Therefore, if applying for a recent program using tax returns from 2018 forward, the applicant should place 0 in this cell, regardless of whether they had domestic production activities or not, because there was no deduction available for taxes. In line 30 on the AGI tool, the tool will automatically subtotal lines 17 through 29. This subtotal should match line 22 on the 1040 Schedule 1. These steps should be followed to input the income of all family members with earned or unearned income in the corresponding columns. Then, the table will total the family adjusted gross income in cell P60. Now that the applicant has input their income information for the Johnsons on the AGI Input tab of the form, and the form has auto-populated their adjusted gross income, you may complete the AMI Verification tab of the form. Most of the information on the AMI verification form will auto-populate based on the information provided on the previous tab. However, the applicant will need to identify the appropriate county name where the applicants reside. After selecting the appropriate county, the spreadsheet will auto-populate the average median family income information, and the subrecipient will need to identify which category applies to the applicant. In our example, the Johnsons are a family of 4 living in the city of Happyville in Travis County, and they have an AGI of $37,250, which was noted in cell P60 of the AGI form. This AMI indicates that they are considered very low income because for a family of 4, their income falls between $29,301 and $48,800. Next, the applicant should print both tabs of the forms, circle the correct AMI group based off the income listed, and the applicant should sign and date the AGI Input tab. The AMI tab on this form will be updated by the GLO periodically to reflect the current HUD income limits as they are updated. Subrecipients should provide technical assistance throughout the process to assist the applicant in identifying the correct backup documentation and correctly completing the form. Once the applicant has completed and submitted the form and their tax forms to the subrecipient can use this to assist in making an eligibility determination for the applicant. The subrecipient will want to review the AGI and AMI tools and IRS forms and confirm the following information. When reviewing the income information, subrecipients will want to ensure that they have copies of the applicable IRS tax forms and any additional backup documentation needed to document additional income earned that was not reported on the tax form. Additional documentation to support the income may be Social Security benefit letters, alimony documents, the last 3 months of pay stubs, or a signed statement from the employer stating the applicant's wage and frequency of payment, or any other documentation showing the income received that was not reported on the IRS tax form. Subrecipients will also want to ensure that applicant and co-applicant full names are provided on the tax form and match what they've written on the adjusted gross income and area median income verification forms. That the applicant and co-applicant have provided Social Security numbers for each of them and a valid home address that matches the current address listed in the application form. The applicant has listed any and all dependents and/or minors. In our example, the married couple that is filing jointly have 2 sons, also known as dependents. They need to ensure all amounts written on the form match what was submitted to the IRS on the corresponding IRS tax forms and any additional backup documentation. Subrecipients should also ensure the AMI calculation tool has the correct county listed for the buyout or acquisition property. The county should match the information provided for the buyout or acquisition property address on the application, and that the correct average median family income group was selected based off the income provided in the AGI input tool, row 31, cell P60. Once confirming that all numbers are correct to the best of the subrecipient's knowledge, the subrecipient should sign and date the form. We hope you enjoyed this training on the Adjusted Gross Income, AGI, and Area Median Income, AMI, verification form. If there are any additional questions during the completion of the form, subrecipients should reach out to their General Land Office Grant Manager. Additional videos covering the other required local buyout and acquisition forms are, or will soon be, available at the same location you are viewing this video.